Okay, so in this video, I think we're ready to do the cover. I can't show you the signatures that are currently drying because I've used this acrylic varnish in a few places, so I'll show you later. For the cover, we're gonna do a hidden cover. So what you need, a hidden signature cover thing. So what you need, we need cardboard. I'm gonna be using pretty thick cardboard because I want it to be a hardback cover. So I'm using this, which is still pretty flexible, but you know, it's really thick. And then this is gonna be cut in half, so that's one side, and then that's the back of the cover. And I do need something for the center, so I'm gonna be using this. Then we need another cardboard, anything to be the hidden cover. So we're gonna use just some random cardboard. It's better if it's a bit thick, but you know, you just use anything from like cardboard food box thing. Doesn't have to be too thick, it's just easier to work with. And then we need a paper. I'm using this one that was ripped when I was doing all the coloring and stuff. It doesn't have to be full. It just has to be the same size here, pretty much. So this is it. Let's start by cutting this in half. We need to be pretty precise, so I'm gonna check how much it is first, and then we're just gonna cut it. Okay, so that's pretty much 30, pretty much. So let's just cut it at 15. I'm just gonna check here. Yeah, I'm gonna use this because I'm sure it's gonna be straight. Yeah. And let's do this. Of course, it's gonna have to be a few times. And here we go. Okay, it's not finished. I'm gonna use my cutter. There we go. Okay, next. We need to cut this the same size. Oh, I do need to check what size cover, what size I want the middle bit to be, you know, where the signatures are stuck. And for that, I do need the signatures that are dry. How much is this? This is 3 centimeters, so that's really good. I had a cold. Okay, so this is 3 centimeters, and I've checked, you know, it kind of, sorry, so we need just the signatures, something like this, and it fits. So I have one missing, but you see it's fine. There's space for one more. So let's just cut this to size. I'm just gonna fit this here, and then of course it's not straight. Of course it's not straight, but that's okay. I'm gonna cut this one. I think it's gonna be pretty hard to get this one really straight. I might have to just do it. Yeah, it's fine for now. I might just have to do it with my sorry, I'm eating my words. Not my scissors, but my other favorite tool. this one. Cutter, my cutter. And I'm really grateful for you guys sending me messages at the end of my videos telling me the words that I'm eating, because I do learn, and I think it's really important that I do learn these words, and it's been really helpful. When I look back at your comments, I love it. So thank you so much for all of you guys that are watching over me and helping me with my struggles. Okay. I'm just lining this up. We're gonna cut it. Sorry, this needs strength, and sometimes I feel I don't have any. Well, I think this looks really good. I'm pretty happy with it. And we need it to be exactly this size. Very exactly. The same size here. And that is right there. Of course, I'm probably off. I'm just cutting it. That's perfect. Okay, give me a second, guys. I'm gonna clean up my messy thing here. I'll be back with you in a second. Right, here we go. Okay, so we have these. I forgot you need some kind of really strong tape for the journal, and what we're gonna do is we need to have pretty much the same space here that you have, you know, same space, and that's approximately 3 millimeters. So it depends on your cardboard. Just make sure you do this, otherwise you might have a problem closing your book. Now we're gonna use duct tape. Another thing I do recommend is having something that's straight over here so that you're sure that you're gonna glue everything straight. Something like this, and then something like this. Add a little bit more space. Yep, that looks pretty good to me, pretty even. So now we're just gonna do the taping. It's very sticky, make sure you don't miss. I usually start in the middle and then I just grab the rest of the cover. Okay, let's just glue them like this. Right, and then and since I've had a couple of problems, I'm just gonna add a little bit of tape on the sides I don't know what's wrong with me today. Nothing is working. Okay, looks good. So this one with the little issues, let's call them that, is gonna be the back. I mean the visible side. And this one with the big issues is gonna be the inside, because you can't see this part. Okay, next we have to cut a piece of this exactly the same size as our signatures. So I'm just gonna grab one, and that's basically just an A4 page, and I'm just gonna mark it down with a pen. Pencil is good, and I'm gonna write it down. So that's over here. And we need this bit here. Cut off. Right there. And this has to fit in over here. And since we have a 3 centimeter thing in the middle, I'm gonna need it to be a little bit less than 3 centimeters. So maybe 2.8 or something. Yeah. All right, next part is we're gonna glue this. We're gonna cut off a nice, it doesn't matter the size, just has to be quite large. So this is pretty good, and we're gonna glue it onto this. And this is basically our hidden spine. So the concept is that, you know, usually when you have a spine, you have to sew the book pages onto the spine directly. This is pretty thick, so yeah. And I don't want anything to be visible here. So I'm gonna do a hidden spine where all my book pages and signatures are going to be sewn. And then I'm gonna glue this here, and this is actually added strength because this is going to be glued onto these sides, and then there's gonna be the book cover, the cover of the cover that's gonna be all around here as well. And then we're gonna have another page over here that's gonna be just making sure that nothing moves. All right, let's do this. So we're just gonna glue this to here, pretty much in the middle. And I'm gonna be using my favorite tacky glue and a paintbrush as usual. So let's just do something like this. Something like this, and then nicest bit has to be visible, and I'm gonna glue it pretty much in the middle. it's a little bit visible, so I'm just gonna cut off there a sliver. There we go. Invisible. Okay, next we have 5 signatures, so we have to divide these 2.8 centimeters into 5. So that's about 0.5-ish. Oh, sorry, into 6. So it's just a tiny bit less than 0.5, like let's just say 0.4 something. So we have 4. Okay, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 signatures. Nope, that's wrong. Let me just get an eraser. So it is 0.5. Sorry. 5. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 signatures. Yep. Let's do that again. One, 2, 3, 4, 5 signatures. Next, 21 divided by half, sorry. I'm just trying to check where the half is. Around here. Why is this not? What is wrong with this? Okay. All right, here we go. So this is the middle. Then we have our signatures. Like this. And this is going to be the back. It's going to be hidden. It's going to be the part that's glued. And don't do it wrong because it's going to be visible. Next, I usually do about 2 centimeters off the edges here. And finally, you need a tool to poke holes, and I'm using a book that I don't care about. And I'm just gonna poke all the holes. Okay, so this is done. Now that this is ready, we're going to sew the signatures. For this, you need a needle and thread. You can use pretty much any thread you want. Some people have been using threads with wax on them because it stops the thread. I'm just gonna use a sewing machine, cotton or polyester, but really thick one, like a lot thicker than the usual thread, just so you know it's got some strength and it doesn't break. You can also double your sewing, you can do pretty much anything you want. You can also do more than 2 if you like. You could do like in the middle of these here. Just make sure you have like 1 in the middle every time. And also when you do the sewing, either you start at the back if you don't want the threads to be visible, but if you like having the threads in the middle of your signature and putting like a little bead or some charms or something, then you can do this. And at that point, at that moment, you have to start from the middle of your signature and just sew into this bit here. All right, let's get started. One thing, your signatures, you need to make the holes in the middle here. And we're going to use this here. So what I usually do, just to make things easy, I have seen people with like a tool to do this, and I'm so jealous. It's like a V thing, and you just put it and you just poke the holes. It's so cool. I want one of those. But for now, I'm just gonna use this. So we have 2 centimeters here, then we're at the middle, which is 10.5, and then we have 2 centimeters of the back. You can do it just on a piece of paper. I'm just making sure that all the pages are straight and the same height. Okay, so we said 2 centimeters. Then we have 10.5. And then we have 2 centimeters off. Okay, and I'm just gonna do this for every single signature. Okay, next I'm using, so it's this thread I'm using 100 meters. I don't know how to, it's just really thick. And we're doing 3 or 2.5 or something like this. Then putting through. I'm going to prepare my signatures. So this is the last signature, and I'm gonna go through the last hole. I'm gonna open it up in the middle of the last signature, and I'm just gonna go through the hole. And if it's not going straight through, you just have to find your way. And then I go into the first hole over here, go through, make sure you don't lose your thread, go through again, and I've lost my thread. I think it's always harder when you're trying to explain. Oh god, sorry. Okay. I'm quickly just gonna go and putting the first one back through. Okay, and I'm just gonna pick this one up again. Come on. And we're going back exactly where we came, through the same hole, like this. And this is where both are going to be joined. So the way I do this, I usually pass one at the back. This gives me leverage to pull. And you need to make sure that they're pretty tight. And this is where the cardboard is really important. It's because like this, you're not going to cut your paper, because if you tear the paper with the strength of this thread, you could just lose your pages. So that's the last signature in, and now I'm just gonna do all the other ones.